is, right? There's this narrative right now going around Dallas that this team is not responding to a lot of things that the head coach is saying. The energy is not there. We running displays of the players walking off the field, not shaking his hand. There are a lot of issues. Do you rally around what Doug Peterson said? That's a question for the Dallas Cowboys to answer. I know what you would like to do, not be 3-3 right now.
Here's what I'd like to ask you, because you know the situation so well. Again, for those who don't realize, you played for this team. You played for Jerry Jones. You played when Jason Garrett was there. Is there any circumstance that you can foresee where he could get fired during the season?
Absolutely. Look, the number one indictment on a head coach is winning and losing, obviously, is the elephant, right? We all talk about that, the record, what success are you having? When them damn players stop responding to you, though, that's the writing on the wall.
As you watch, Dan, the Cowboys, to this point, just not being as good as we thought they should be, how much of it is attributable to the head coach?
Well, the great majority of it, right? He's the leader of it. And I think the reality for Jerry Jones is never let your loyalty make you a fool, right? This is a Super Bowl contending roster in every aspect. They're sitting 3-3, which is unacceptable. And Jerry Jones can't sit there and go, I love Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett's been a part of our organization for 20 years now, right? Okay. And let that make a fool of you as an owner and general manager with a team that is capable in many ways. You know, the biggest thing with Dallas to me when it talks directly to Jason Garrett is this. The first 3 weeks of the season, their offense looked like a 2019 offense. And all of a sudden, it doesn't. There's no RPOs anymore. There's no cool motion anymore. There's no creativity anymore. And to me, that looks like a head coach that potentially has gone to a play caller and said, I'm not liking what we're doing. Stop doing that. I don't know if he's taken over the play calling or hindered some of it. It's a completely different looking offense. This video right there, we talked about it. If you're running off the field and your head coach is there and you don't give him a high five, your actions speak louder than your words.
There's no coming back from that.
Yeah.
Right? Like this is not us being on a show trying to give a hot take.
Are you sure about that?
I've been in locker rooms where the coach's words falls on deaf ears because we feel like we're sitting in the same exact spot that we've grown accustomed to all the time. Mediocrity has been synonymous with the Cowboys. Now the players are starting to show and vent that frustration, compounded with losing to an 0-4 team with a quarterback that just returned to the field.
These teams are both 3-3. They've both lost games they should have won. And yet look at the difference in the way the two coaches are thought of.
First of all, Philly is just removed off a Super Bowl in the context of what we think of recent history in the NFL. That's number one. Number two is there's a direction for this team. Doug Peterson hasn't been there as long as Jason Garrett. That's number three. And then the other thing, number two, the other thing, they paid their quarterback. They're invested in their future. Now, everybody kills me when I say that the Cowboys' pause is on Dak with this contract because there's this idea that he can't lift them beyond the New York Jets on Sunday, right? When you talk about giving him that much money and putting him in that particular situation. So there are a lot of things that are transpiring in the Dallas Cowboy locker room ancillary to the fact that they're 3-3 opposed to the Eagles just fixing it and saying we'll get better.
Your usage of the word lift is perfect, right? Like I went home yesterday afternoon in the show and I said, dang, Sunday was Dak's moment. Like Sunday was his moment to go on the road, play without his left tackle, play without his number one receiver, play without his number two receiver, and lift his team and in many ways win a game that you had reasons you shouldn't win. That was going to be his moment, and he didn't do it. And that continues to be the conversation. I watched Russell Wilson do it on Sunday. In many ways, and again, we've talked about the officials, we watched Rodgers do it last night, right? Like Rodgers is playing without his top three receivers with Devontae, Allison, and Valdez-Scantling out for a little bit. Why can't Dak lift everyone around him when he needs to?
Well, let me rephrase the question then. I mean, the question is really about just how good he is. And when we talk about the cycle of mediocrity that Jerry Jones has to some degree bought into since Jimmy Johnson departed and holding on with Jason Garrett, an excellent way to remain mediocre is to pay a lot of money to a good player. And that's really what's at stake here with Dak.
That's what's at stake. And Greeny, it's the pause. I don't care what anybody says, man. You will never get me to think that you don't pay a guy you see as your franchise quarterback.
It was the moment where he could he could be worthy of overcoming everything else.
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business. And thanks to Joseph Heatherly, let's wake up those football gods here. You know what? I am sick and tired of being sick and tired of the same crap. This just gets to be ridiculous. It's gotten me so upset that I can't even speak, man. What's happening, Little Sweet, Angel M, Cowboys Up North, Thomas Garrett, Joseph Heatherly, Little Finkel, and shout out to the people that are watching on Jobu Sports Report on Facebook. I appreciate everybody being here. It is Friday night. We are literally less than 48 hours away from the Dallas Cowboys taking on those stinking Philadelphia Eagle cockroaches. I'm sick and tired of everybody putting all this crap on just the quarterback. And actually, I wish I had set up that dag nabbit. I'm an idiot sometimes. Everybody wants to say the quarterback's not elevating. This team has Super Bowl aspirations and a Super Bowl roster, and they're 3-3. Let me ask you something. The team we're facing on Sunday, you mean that team that was in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, they don't have Super Bowl aspirations? They weren't talked about as the best roster in football? I know we lost 3 in a row. I know we lost to the Jets when we lost both of our tackles and our number one wide receiver that we know makes a difference. I get that. It's a trap game. But in the end, it don't matter. We got the same record as the Philadelphia Eagles. They lost to Atlanta. So you're saying that that's a better loss than what we had? At least ours was close. And you listen, and I hate to say Marcus Spears because he's a former Dallas Cowboy player, but it seems like in order for you to work on ESPN, Thomas Garrett, thank you very much for the super chat. It seems like if you're a former Dallas Cowboy player, you have to get stuck on stupid, and you have to basically turn your back on the Dallas Cowboys. I think it's kind of like if you're the head coach of a Little League team and your son's on the team, you have to be harder on him so you're showing that you're not playing favorites. Because it seems like every former Dallas Cowboy player trashes the Dallas Cowboys. I don't understand it, but it seems that way. I don't know if they're mad because they didn't get a ring with the Cowboys or if they didn't get the big money and stuff, but it literally is, I think, when you go out for the job interview, the first thing is say your worst dirt on the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, you're hired. Dak haters, get off them knees. You know, they're praying for Dak Prescott to get hurt. But, you know, he keeps getting up and keeps playing. And I realized today, it doesn't matter what Dak does. People will find a reason why. If he's successful, why? It's not him. It's everybody else around him. If something fails, it's Dak's fault. You know, it was funny because people were saying, well, Dak doesn't challenge the ball. Dak can't push the ball downfield. I believe he's got the highest accuracy rate downfield. Well, Dak can't throw for 200 yards. Well, he's averaging over 316. Then we used to hear, well, Dak's arm. He's got a weak arm. And somebody actually had the nerve to say, well, Dak's throwing the ball too hard for the receivers to catch. What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm trying to remember what quarterback it was that when he threw the football that it literally, you could hear it whistling because he threw it so hard. You're telling me now he's throwing the ball too hard for the receivers. Get the F out of here. Get out of here with that crap. You want to hate? Go someplace else. Right now, I'm about trying to get this Dallas Cowboy team in the playoffs and the Super Bowl. I'm sick and tired of negative people. Life is too short to waste on stupid crap and idiots. This team has some players. It's got a lot of injuries. It's got some issues. But you know, this is the thing that really drives me crazy. The Dallas Cowboys, stuff happens differently to them than it does to other teams. We look at New England and we say, you know what? New England is the greatest team of all time. New England, best quarterback ever, best coaching staff and everything else. Yet, haven't they been busted how many times for cheating? Haven't they been busted for cheating? Deflategate, Spygate, Cutting Edge. And it seems like they make up rules for New England. The Tuck rule? The Tuck rule. I ain't mad at them, but at least admit that they've had some help along the way. We'll get to that, Thomas. To reminder, we got a lot to talk about tonight. I just want you guys, I want you to think about this, because when I talk about things that are reasons, you know, that you put it, okay, there's a lot of things that happen. Usually 3 or 4 things can make the difference between winning and losing in a game. And that's the truth. You can look at any game and you could take 5 plays, and if they were different, that you could make the case that it would be totally different. I think about, and when I said this, I said, you know, the officials let Dak Prescott just get the hell beat out of him. I said it would have been nice if we had a couple, or maybe even 1 or 2, unnecessary roughness penalties to help us out and to hopefully keep our quarterback upright, because we're told that it's a quarterback-driven league. You know, keep yourself off the quarterback, okay? You can't launch into the quarterback. You can't drive him to the ground. You can't hit him in the knees. You definitely can't touch him in the head, because you'll get that 15-yard penalty, right? And when I said something that officials just let the Jets beat the crap out of my quarterback, and they said, you're making excuses. Because if you got a first down at 15 yards because of one of those calls, believe me, it helps you. As we know, when you get a holding call against you and it backs you up and it's 1st and 20, it changes the complexion of the game. If you're given 15 yards and a first down, it changes the game in the other direction. And so people think I'm crazy, but when I look at this, I want you to take a good look at this right here.
You're going to see him push the pocket on Tooney, and right there he slaps.
Take a good look at Tom Brady.
Right where? Similar to the one earlier where he didn't hit him.
You guys see that?
I think that's the same thing that happened to Mahomes earlier.
With Trey Flowers.
Yep.
That was roughing the passer. Let's watch it one more time.
And Chris Jones in the middle, you're going to see him push the pocket on Tooney, and right there he slaps. And
right
that
where?
looks
right where?
Similar to the one earlier where he didn't hit him. I think that's the same thing that happened to Mahomes earlier.
With Trey Flowers.
Yep.
That was roughing the passer. They were given a first down and 15 yards. Every quarterback who throws behind throws interception, but only Dak has to be perfect. Oh, my God. You know, here it is. I'm sitting there watching. There's a guy on Facebook who is just a Dak Prescott hater. So I finally just got enough of him, because he was constantly sending me messages on Instagram, Facebook. Little touchdown. Thank you very much for that super chat. And it was just like, dude, I get it. You don't like Dak. You think the team stinks and everything else. I got it. You know, you don't have to keep hitting me every 15 minutes. And so he sent me a clip of a guy who went through Dak Prescott's film and said, you know, and this is what was funny. It was a pass to Jason Witten where the ball was right here. Jason Witten turns down, the ball's right here. And the guy says, well, this pass disturbs me the most about what Dak Prescott did. And I'm like, the ball is right here. You know, I mean, granted, it's 6 inches over would be perfect, but the ball's right here in his hands and the guy drops it. Some of the passes are basically high point, okay, high up, boom, drops it up, makes sure the defenders can't get him. Well, that's just too high. He's throwing it. It's just like, well, it's on the receiver's hands. And I'm sitting here because as I watch other games, they go through and they say, oh, he high pointed it. Look at that. Put it up there for him, the jump ball to get it. And they're saying, great pass. Block who? Okay, I missed that one. But here's the thing. So all I ask is, can we do the same thing for everybody? Because I'm looking at this. That should have been 15 yards. That should have been 15 yards. That should have been 15. That definitely should be. He picked him up and then drove him into the ground. Look at that. Look at that. He literally, I'm going to make sure I drive you into the ground. We're lucky our quarterback is still standing. Because this stuff is just freaking ridiculous. I'm not saying Dak is perfect. Everybody has room to improve. There is no perfect being. There's only one perfect person in the world, and they killed him. Okay? I get that. But I got everybody in the world that's saying that the quarterback, oh, he didn't do enough. Under this pressure? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Look at that. If that had been Tony Romo, do you think Tony Romo would still be upright? That is merciless. And what this reminds me of is, after the Super Bowl where Cam Newton was against Denver, if you watch that first game, they beat the hell out of Cam Newton. They just let him fly. Similar to this. They just let the players just fly, hit, knock the crap out of him and everything else. And it was just like, dudes. But yet Tom Brady gets up 15-yard penalty, and that makes a difference in a game. If you don't believe that that doesn't make a difference, then you don't know anything about football. Little Sweet, thank you very much for that super chat. It makes me sad, too. I appreciate that. And here's what we're going to do tonight, Little Sweet, is I have to thank you guys so much. The reason we've got this great screen here now, okay, we've got our great screen up here. We get a better picture and stuff on here, although I've got the spotlight over here in the way, which is kind of, let me fix that, because that's going to, no, I'll tell you what, let's do this real quick. And while that's playing, I will adjust it. How about this? Urban Meyer was on Colin Cowherd's show today. And Colin Cowherd wasn't expecting, I don't think, to hear this from Lincoln Riley.
Okay, let's start with this.
Excuse me.
Lincoln Riley, I suggested this week. Dallas Cowboy job's different. Jerry Jones has hired Jimmy Johnson out of college and Barry Switzer and won Super Bowls. That's a big job, okay? Do you think Lincoln Riley, even with as great as Oklahoma is, that's a great job, would he consider leaving for the Cowboys?
Pure speculation, because he's not. I know him, but I don't know him like that. But that's the one. You know, that's the New York Yankees. That's the Dallas Cowboys. That's the one. Great city. You got Dak Prescott. You got Zeke Elliott. You got loaded team. You know, and I can't speak for him. Obviously, I hate to even speculate because I don't know him. That's really not fair. But to me, that's the one job in professional football. You kind of say, I got to go do that.
Had you been called
go do that
by the Cowboys?
I have not.
But if you would have been, you'd just spend a couple days with it.
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. That one, yes.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's go to this.
Ooh. Urban Myers wants to coach the Cowboys. What do you guys think? Interested? At this point, I'm ready to take a ham sandwich over Jason Garrett. So let me take care of some business here. I have to thank everybody, like I was saying, because we've been working on upgrading the studio and things, and we've got this monitor that's, I mean, you can see the picture clarity looks a whole lot better than what it did. In fact, having Philly 500 on here actually was kind of scary. But the reason why we were able to get this one, and I'm going to get another one to go over here so we'll be able to do some other things, is because you guys have been buying Joe Boo t-shirts, and I appreciate it so much. And we've got some new styles that we've added, and we're going to continue to add some more. And if you decide you want one, we have, Stuart Morrison, thank you very much for that super chat. Dak has talent, heart, and grit. Yeah, you got that right. If you want to get one, 15% off until Monday. So that's the discount code for it. But Little Sweet, Little Touchdown. We got a lot of littles. A little. Thomas Garrett, Jet D, because Jet D, you got entered thanks to Joseph Heatherly. He ended up telling me to add you and Peoples Aguilar on the list. Eric Freeman, L4 Custom Fabrication, my brother from another mother. He's a welder, I'm a woodworker. Antoine Myers, hating on Dak, but cool people. Josh Eckerman. We got little touchdown. Demario Salas. We got little touchdown. We got Junebug. We got Jake Logan. We got Key Essick. FM Medic 410. L4G again. DJ Raw Uncut Truth. Damn, that's a whole lot. Philly 500. What? Anthony Hilton. Philly, don't you lose my number. Alfredo Morgan. Geez, there's a lot of you. Little touchdown. Little touchdown again. He scores. Dano 896. Roberta Garza. Gonzalez, I'm sorry. Texas Sports Roundup. It's never a square up, is it? Garrett Lawrence. Slim Goody. Goody's got it. Little touchdown. FF Medic 410. Chris Canmore. Good grief. I guess I should have done these ahead of time. Alex Jones. Julio Hernandez. Antoine Myers. Big Foreign. Why don't I have a bingo night? L4G. TGK TV. Jet D. And Dallas Fan 77, and I got to add Stuart Morrison. So we'll do that before the night is over. Thank everybody for all the support, because I couldn't do this without you guys' help. The reason why we have this set the way we do, and see, here's all the, there we go. There's all of the people we have up in here. It's because of the support of you guys. I couldn't build and do all the set and stuff, and I've got lots of big plans for the channel, and we're going to continue to keep trying to push the envelope here and try and bring you the news on the Dallas Cowboys. So, Urban Meyer. So, we got blood in the water. And the reality is we're hearing rumors that if the Cowboys don't win this weekend, Jason Garrett could be gone. Your guys' thoughts on that? Let me turn that off. Sorry, Dak, we don't see you getting pounded anymore. Your guys' thoughts on that? If it means that Jason Garrett is fired, are you rooting for the Cowboys to lose? Because here's the thing. They're telling us that the Dallas Cowboys absolutely positively stink. They had Super Bowl aspirations. They're 3-3. They're a disgrace. Well, what are the Rams then? Clark, actually, that's what I forgot to say. Hold up. Let me get the list for you. The only person who is out right now is Anthony Brown. Right now, as of right now, hold up. We them boys. The amazing thing is hold up. Here we go. The amazing thing is this week we first heard on Monday how everybody was basically out. We heard that Tyron Smith was not playing. We heard that Lyle Collins wasn't going to play. We heard that Amari Cooper with the deep thigh bruise wasn't going to play. We heard nobody was going to play. In fact, I was worried about Dak Prescott because he had to go underneath the tent and everything else. And Cooper Rush they said his blood pressure was going through the roof because he thought he was going to have to play. But lo and behold, when you looked at the first part of the week here, of all the people who were not practicing on Wednesday, Dorrance Armstrong was limited. You had Anthony Brown did not practice. He did not practice all week. He is out. He is the only one that's out. Everybody else is questionable. Randall Cobb practice actually today was limited. He's questionable. Lyle Collins was limited the last 2 days, which was a surprise. You know, all of a sudden yesterday, Lyle Collins and Tyron Smith came out on the practice field with helmet and shoulder pads on. And by the end of the day, they were talking about how much better these guys were. They're not anywhere near 100%. But see, the argument of saying that the players have given up on Jason Garrett. If you've given up on Jason Garrett and if you've given up on the team and you're injured, you say, you know what? I'm still getting my check. I can kick back. I can relax. I can let them do the dirty work. And if they lose, well, who cares? I'm still getting paid. But these guys are making an honest effort to try and get out there. I can't guarantee that any of them will be out there. And maybe this is some gamesmanship where we're trying to scare the Eagles into thinking that Amari Cooper's coming. Because they said he's got a bruise that literally wraps around his leg, and that is very, very painful. Although Amari Cooper has played through a lot of injuries and stuff in his career, he is truly a warrior. So all of a sudden, we start looking a lot better than what we did. At least everybody is questionable. Let's look at the Eagles on this one. Oops. What the heck? How did I lose that? Okay. Clicked on something the wrong way. Let's look at the Eagles here. On their injury report. Not as good as the Cowboys, is it? Out. And hopefully they'll be in the outhouse. South of Heaven, Mike Mosh. Thank you very much for that super chat. Got you entered in there. So you got Nagel Bradham out. Fletcher Cox was a full participant, so he'll play. Darn. But Ronald Darby, questionable. Deshaun Jackson, D-Jax is out. Timothy Jurgen, defensive tackle, out. Maddox, cornerback, out. Jason Peters, out. And this might be the reason why D-Law is kind of talking a little bit now. You think that might be the case? They're looking at how many people on the defense are hurt. On the offense are hurt. You end up having Jason Peters out. That's a whole different ball game. You got a rookie that's going to be in there. and Darren Sproles is out. So there's that. And now you have, as they put it on the beginning skit, that, the Eagles seem to be having the better coaching staff and the better situation, and they're looked upon better than the Cowboys. But one thing I can say that we never hear about is a problem with Dak Prescott and anybody in that locker room. Have you noticed that? I remember talking to Philly 500 in the offseason because there was rumors that Carson Wentz was a bit of a diva and that half the team liked him, half the team didn't. And that some of them really liked Nick Foles a lot better. Now, winning cures everything. Make no mistake, if you're winning, a lot of that other stuff is forgotten. But when you're losing, then that kind of bothers things. And what's happened is supposedly, and I don't know for sure, maybe this was made up by the media, but basically somebody on the team is basically saying they're going to Zach Ertz too much, and sometimes you're better off checking down, because there's been a lot of passes that have been dropped with Philadelphia and things. Stuart Morrison, thank you very much. Replace Garrett with Chris Richard during the bye regardless, see what's going to happen next year, and keep Richard. Ooh. I think the only way that happens is if the Cowboys play really, really bad against the Eagles. They would have to lose terribly. I think, they'd have to lose terribly to the Eagles for Jason Garrett to be fired. And I think that definitely do it. We will do no, we haven't done the drawing yet. We will do that before the end of the show here. See it? Look, we got them all right in here. And my bucket that I got from Dallas. And I hope I don't kick the bucket. Defense could never make good head coaches. What we already been here. I'm sorry, I can't understand that one. The coach, duh. So you guys would rather lose and get rid of Jason Garrett? I'm sorry, I can't hang with you on that one. I can't hang with you on that idea because I just couldn't handle the Eagles. The Eagles coming off a loss. We're in here trolling. Actually, tomorrow I actually have my niece and nephew here, and we're going to take them down to see their grandparents. And while they're enjoying and having a good time, I've got to put a floor down in a kitchen and living room. So I will be working after I drive for about 2.5 hours. So yes. And then I'll be coming back early Sunday morning and getting ready for the Sunday games. Whew. Just so much to do. Now, I need you guys to do me a favor. I got 283 of you on here. This is the link for Joe Boo's day job. And I need you guys to subscribe to it because, it was a year ago that I had my other channel that was shut down and I was literally lost. Even if you don't like my day job or my woodworking skills or anything like that, I got to get back on doing the keto. I was actually taking a little break from keto to let my body get, you get used to doing the same thing that your body needs to go ahead and kind of change up. And then I'll go back to it. Probably after I go back to Puerto Rico, I'll start doing it again. But here's the thing. Even if you don't want to watch the videos of me working on the job, that's cool. I appreciate that, Lucia. If something happens to this channel, you'll be able to find me on that one. Okay? So subscribe to that channel. And if you like seeing home renovations or need to learn something or have a question about that, go ahead and just, leave a comment on it. And that way we can always stay in touch because you never know. YouTube's a great platform. I love YouTube and all that, but you never know what YouTube's going to do because sometimes strange things happen. What's up, Cowboys family? How are you doing? Jerry won't hire a real coach, only a yes man. This is the thing. I don't know about that. I think things have changed. Here's my point. I believe that things have really changed with the Dallas Cowboys over the last 6 years or so. We had the Tony Romo era. Everybody loved Tony Romo and everything else. We were close, but we never quite got there. But when you look at the way the team has been managed, you think about how they're trying to be more penny-wise, and I guess some ways pound-foolish. You can kind of question right now, did they make the right decision on paying DeMarcus Lawrence? DeMarcus Lawrence can turn it back on, which they've been kind of bringing him along slowly because he's only been playing about 68% of the snaps because of the shoulder injury. If he can turn it on and start being a force second half season, okay, then maybe you're looking at it being good. But if what we're getting right now is all we're getting on the season, brother, that ain't good. 2.5 sacks and 9 tackles. Taco has almost better numbers right now in half the games. So we need him to perform as well as everybody else. Our secondary has not been anywhere near as good as they were before. And I'm not saying that Dak has done everything perfect, because Dak, he's got to go ahead and get rid of the ball quicker. He's got to make sure he gets the right plays. But across the board, the whole team has to do better. And I'm hoping that this is the chance. This game is so big. It's not the end of the season if we lose, but it's going to make it that much harder. You get a win against the Eagles right now, and you have that bye week next week, and then you have the Giants. All of a sudden, you can start feeling good. You can get your body, recuperated. You do not want to have the taste of losing to the Eagles for 2 weeks. I do not want that taste, damn it. Cowboys, you hear me? I literally, Cowboys, can't take it if you lose another one. I don't know what I will be capable of doing, but I know something. I won't be able to take it. I will literally lose my freaking mind. I will be trolled to death. Have mercy on me. Please give me everything you got. Do not let the stinking Philadelphia Eagles win this game. I'm serious. I am dead serious. And as much as they keep telling us that our team sucks, the Dallas Cowboys, they're frauds. You know what? There's not that many teams that are really just playing lights out. I mean, New Orleans is playing pretty good. Green Bay's got a great record, but some of those games you kind of look at and say, Aaron Rodgers isn't quite the guy that he used to be. The Eagles certainly aren't anything special. The Rams, I'm not sold on the 49ers just yet, but they got a great defense. They're going to get knocked around with Seattle. Are you sold on the Bears or the Vikings? How about Carolina? If we get healthy and play the way we know how to play, or how we are capable of playing, we got as good a chance as anybody else. Now, I want to know what the hell happened. Oh, man. Melvin Irving, thank you very much for that super chat. And Mel, this is where I'm wondering too, Melvin, is what the hell happened? We were running play action passing almost 40% of the time, which was great. We were like second in the NFL in using play action passing, which was working. Some reason, I have no idea why. Some reason, I don't know why, they stopped running it 15% of the time. And, of course, one of the trolls, one of the haters out there goes, oh, well, Dak Prescott, of course, he's got to learn that he doesn't have to play with play action passing. What the heck was that? That was weird. Did you guys see that? This is the remote for it. Has a remote. That turns it off. That turns it on. Okay. That was kind of creepy there. In fact, that's too bright. Good Lord. I feel like I'm on the sun. My wife likes this new show on CBS, Evil. If you haven't seen that, that reminds me of something like you would see off of that show. The lights all of a sudden start flashing, flickering, something. Audio funny? Voodoo? I don't know what that was, but that was kind of crazy. Was that a sign from a football guys? Was that you? Somebody messing with me? I don't know.
What are you talking about?
The lights all of a sudden just did this crazy.
They do that all the time.
Huh?
It's probably like a power center.
No, it was only these lights. It wasn't those lights over there.
So these ones go off too.
Okay, well that does when the AC unit kicks on.
Or when you
These up here, they don't normally do that. Okay. Aliens, Mark. I don't. Y'all saw. Okay, at least it wasn't just me. Sal Hernandez, thank you very much for the super chat. Michael Anthony's back.
Yeah, there isn't more delivery, so I can home.
Okay, so Michael's done with his second job.
I'm not done. I gotta go work tomorrow.
Well, okay, for tonight.
I have to open that door.
John's messing with me. Okay, Jason Garrett, I know his playbook. And okay, so I was saying, it's weird. I got to change camera. Let me get rid of that camera. That camera, ooh. It was like I was looking up, and all of a sudden the lights started going crazy. I put a camera there because I'm always looking up here at the screen, and I was trying to make it so it looks like I'm looking at you, but that was just, I'm scared now. Jobu tripping on the, he might be mad that he doesn't have the room. That might be what it is. But this game is so important for both teams because the audio is echoing. You sure about that? The audio is still echoing? No. It's not echoing. Only if I go like that, it's echoing. Or maybe that was, you know what? I bet you I know what that was. Hold up. This is where I got too much stuff in here. I bet you I know exactly what the problem is. Audio 2, Mevo. Hold up. Okay. That should take care of it. I think that's it. Hold it. Okay, that should take care of it. So hopefully that won't give us an echo again. The camera was on, the audio was on for one of the cameras. Eagles suck. Yay, I like that. Tell Joni to fire Jason Garrett. Audio was making little girl sounds. Mark, that was creepy. You know what? I told you, the lights flickered and all that. Maybe it's something else. I mean, it's just kind of crazy. No, they haven't fired Jason Garrett yet. You know, see, this is a pride issue for Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones hired Jason Garrett. And, of course, just like he said, you know, I could have 500 different coaches that could have won the Super Bowl with the team I put together. And he made sure he got the worst one, the 501st, in Switzer. And so now it was like, Kev M, no, Nico never called. He punked out. Kev M. Okay. No, he never did. You know, it's funny. When you see some of the comments and stuff on there, when you actually challenge a person, how they back down, you know? I learned that because when we were at the draft in Philadelphia, it was so funny because every time Roger Goodell got up on stage, you know, to call it a name, everybody's booing like there's boo, boo. But Roger Goodell later walked through the crowd with security, and all these same people that were booing his ass were up there, hey, Roger, nice to meet you, great guy, you know, taking pictures. Like, wait a minute. You were just booing his ass. What happened? And that's how it is with some of these people out here. They'll come out here and say, Dak Prescott's the worst quarterback in the world. So I say, okay, well, tell me what it is that sucks about him. Nice burrito. Okay, I tell you what. TGK TV. If you still have the number, I'll let you call in, okay? But I don't want to make this a big call-in show because the problem is every time I put my number out there is I end up getting like calls at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's like, dudes, it's only live now, okay? 4 hours from now, don't call me. I don't know how to turn it. It just rings like a regular phone call, even though it's a Google number.
If you know how to do, I don't know how to do it either, so don't ask me.
Oh, okay. If you don't know how to do it, how do you think I know how to do it?
I don't even look on YouTube.
Wait a minute. Did you hide the helmet? Your helmet. It was sitting on the desk.
Yeah, and I put it away.
Put it away?
I don't use it for my videos.
Oh, you're being selfish. Okay.
I'm not being selfish. I'm the one that paid.
Oh. See, okay. All right. I see how that goes. Michael got a throwback helmet. It's like it looks like Roger Staubach's, and I'm absolutely positively in love with it. It used to be sitting over there on the table, and I said, man, I'm going to steal that. I see he hid it from me. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, can you do me a favor? Can you come over here and draw a name for our winner chicken dinner? Here's what we're going to do. Okay. Because I'm thanking you guys, the fans, here we have, this is what we're giving away. Right there. It's your boy, Cal Patty. And Michael picked Thomas Garrett. Thomas Garrett,
That's my buddy.
Is it?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Okay, Thomas, look,
I know
Thomas Garrett.
I know who he is.
Let me make sure you guys know is legit.
Yeah, I follow him on Facebook.
Thomas Garrett, that's my chicken scratch. So Thomas, email me at cowboysmark94 Gmail. Let me put it up on the screen. Too much stuff in here. Damn.
I know Gary is. I know how to get hold of him too.
All right, there we go. Push. There we go. So Thomas Garrett, email me, and we'll get you taken care of on it. Appreciate that. All right. So, I swear I hate Philly. You aren't the only one south of heaven. Come on, we all know we hate them. Now, here's what we got. We have, look at this, head-to-head. We're told that Carson Wentz is the more polished quarterback. Carson Wentz got the better upside. Carson Wentz. Yeah, this, that. Now it's like, up your Carson Wentz, okay? Head-to-head. Dak is 3-1 against him. Division titles. Cowboys 2-1. Playoff wins. Dak Prescott 1 out of 2. I'm sorry, 1 out of 3. Carson Wentz, he's never played in a playoff game, has he? That's right. He's never played in a playoff win. Okay. Oh, sorry, wrong camera. Total wins. Dak Prescott 32, Carson Wentz 23. Quarterback rating 96-92. Total touchdowns. Dak Prescott 85, Carson Wentz 72. Missed games. Dak Prescott 0. Carson Wentz 8. Okay, so here we go. Everything is acting weird tonight. I don't know what's going on tonight. I'm going to tell my wife, do not watch that show, Evil, anymore. South of Heaven, thank you very much for the super chat. Let me see if we can reboot this thing and see what happens. No, AB is not coming. Jerry Jones basically said, not interested. Not interested. I'm happy with my depth. And I would not want Antonio Brown. What the heck? See if this takes care of it. I think it was some Eagle fans that are messing with me. Damn. No, you do not want Antonio Brown on the team. Antonio Brown is literally a cancer. Antonio Brown would be like Greg Hardy, and Greg Hardy destroyed the team. You do not want that. If you think that Des Bryant was a distraction, think about AB. And more than you think about, even with Pittsburgh, you know, the texting in the locker room and stuff and throwing people under the bus and stuff. Guy has great talent, but he is not the one that's going to help your team. He's going to destroy your team. You think about him going to Oakland and getting paid. Bad use of the word literally, Mark? Well, okay. Zeppelin fan, grammatically, I mess up the King's English, okay? I'm terrible with the King's English. Understand, if you're here for grammar, you're at the wrong channel, because I'm going to butcher up, I'm going to mess up people's names. I'm going to butcher up some words. It's just going to be ugly. But anyway, Antonio Brown, you think about him with Oakland. All he had to do was show up. He ends up frostbiting his feet. He ends up fighting about a helmet. He just he throws the team under the bus because they find him for not showing up. He is all me. I don't give a damn about anything else but my money and myself. So you go to New England, and then all the stuff off the field starts popping up. And believe me, I think we've only scratched the surface of all that, because he's got this whole scorched earth policy of, I'm Antonio Brown, I'm not going to pay you, screw you, this, that, and yes, what?
It started when he got on the cover of Man. The year when he was in Pittsburgh.
Well, true.
I mean, that's what started coming out. That's who he was.
Well, he ended up being like Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman was the quiet guy, went to work and everything else, took care of business and stuff. But then all of a sudden, when he started doing real well, I'm Rick James, damn it. Okay, that's kind of how he turned into. And I don't want that kind of personality on the team. If nothing else, think of it this way. Think about last year when the team was 3-5. Look what happened in Pittsburgh when they were losing. Antonio Brown goes off, goes crazy, right? Think about the Washington Redskins, how DJ Swearinger was out there, basically throwing the coaching staff and everybody else under the bus, when they started losing. They had a linebacker they literally had to cut. So those guys didn't buy into the team concept, didn't think about wanting to fix the problem. Ramsey's another one. We're losing. I want to get the hell out of here. Take me to a team that's going to win. I don't want those kind of guys. If you've ever been in a relationship, when things are going great, and you got that fine woman who's right there with you and everything else. Oh yeah, you got money and you're able to buy everything in the world. But then when you hit hard times, they're gone. You don't want that kind of person in your relationship. You don't want that kind of person in your life. Because there's going to be bad times. And when you have bad times, you better be damn sure that you've got somebody that's got your back. And Antonio Brown is not going to be one that's got your back. Antonio Brown is going to be, I got my back, and I'm going to get my back right on up out of here. So see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. So guys like him, guys like Odell Beckham, they got numbers, but they ain't got no rings. You're right. If Belichick can't control him, Garrett sure as hell. I know what you bums. Whoa, wait a minute. I got to see that one again. Hold up. I got to back that up. Sometimes these comments go by too quick. I can't keep up with them. But I don't care what you bums say. You're a whole team won. A Super Bowl just 3 years ago, and you haven't been a Super Bowl seen one. Okay, I'm just going to leave that one. J-Rock, Jay Simpson. Let Antonio Brown get picked up by the She-Eagles. Okay. Yet we still have 5 trophy. He still looks blurry. I still look blurry? Shout out your channel, Mark. Okay, South of Heaven. Make sure you check out his channel. Also, too, he does my jerseys and things back here. That's Mike Mosh, South of Heaven. I'm way past blaming past players. That's the route we've always taken. My air is going straight to Garrett and Jerry and his son now. One thing I can say, though, Tom, is take a look at least at the recent history since 2016. 2016, we've actually won some games. We haven't gotten that playoff victories and stuff that you want to have in a Super Bowl, but you got to look at the team and say that they've been headed for the right direction. Now, we're sitting here in a rough patch, and I know everybody's mad in the world, and, the sky is falling, but I'm not ready to give up on the team just yet. Because even though we've played poorly, we haven't been blown out of anything. I know losing to the Jets hurt, but you know what? The Jets were motivated. The Jets came out there ready to play, okay? Greg Williams had a game plan of, we're going to knock the crap out of Dak Prescott, and we're going to make them earn this thing, and they were motivated. Understand, for the Jets, beating the Dallas Cowboys was like the Super Bowl. And they came out like it was. We came out flat. We had 3 major injuries, our right tackle, our left tackle, and our number 1 wide receiver. That's going to hurt any team. And sometimes you just lose the games. James Conner, you know what? Here's the thing about that, though. I know that you hate trolls saying we've only won 3 playoff games in the last 25 years. I hate the fact that we've only won 3 playoff games in 25 years. And if you want them to stop saying it, they have to do something about it. Now, I keep saying, the Eagles think that they are the best team in football, but I got to tell you, they've given up more plays of 20 yards than anybody else in the NFL. They're giving up 26 points a game. You want respect? Go out there on Sunday night and kick their ass. Beat the crap out of them, and you'll get that respect. If you don't like what somebody's saying, go out there, take what is yours. And that's what these Dallas Cowboys have to do. It's all up to them. Put the link up again for my other oh, okay. Paste. Boom. Boom. There we go. And so the link I put up there, Peoples Aguilar. Thank you very much for that super chat. Oh, my God. Peoples Aguilar, there's nothing but pork and starch. So that's why it's like, okay, there ain't no point in doing keto before I go to Puerto Rico again, because Puerto Rico, with keto, you can't do Aguilar. You can't do carbs and sugar. Well, I hate to tell you, everything there is a carb on top of a carb on top of a carb. So you have French fries and you have plantains and you have, like sweet pork and this, that, and the other. So it's just like, oh my God. I tried. And salad, they don't have leafy vegetables. They just don't. So, yeah. And so for any of you wondering what I'm talking about, what we're doing, me and Michael are going to be going to, on November 3rd, during the rainy season in Puerto Rico, going to Puerto Rico to help rebuild some homes again. So that's, we won't be on as much because it takes a long time to upload anything from there. The infrastructure is still really screwed up in Puerto Rico. In fact, we're still helping to rebuild homes from 2 years after the hurricanes. So that's where that is. So if you can subscribe to my other channel, because literally it takes hours for stuff to upload. So that way I'll be able to kind of upload to that channel stuff that we're doing there, and I can upload shorter videos on news on the Cowboys on the other one. So that's the way we'll work it. What you got in there, son? Is that some tasty vittles? No. Eagles stink. That's right. Thank you very much, Master54. I appreciate that. What if the Jets beat the Patriots? Well, then we look a whole lot better.
The Jets don't beat the Patriots.
Arlo Kicks, thank you very much for the super chat. Well, I think Garrett hasn't fired because Jerry Jones doesn't want to fire him because he's the one who hired him. He wants to make everybody think that he's the smartest guy in the room. He doesn't want to admit his mistake. And his dad is also part of the organization as well. So he's loyal, if nothing else.
No, his brother is part of the organization too.
Yeah, so it's like a whole family organization.
I think he does something with Will McClay in that department. I'm not sure exactly.
Well, thank you very much, Tom.
Something to do with scouting.
Here's the thing, and it's actually 10 o'clock, and my niece and nephew want to do some s'mores, and we got to get up early, so I can't stay on too late. Check with South of Heaven, send him a message, and he'll get you taken care of on the jerseys and stuff. Custom ones cost more, of course, than if you have stock ones. And in fact, it's funny because I got hold it. Somebody's sending me an update on something. Hold on. How much do I think the Cowboys change? I don't think they change a whole lot. I think what you'll find is Thomas Garrett. Thank you very much for that super chat. Thomas, Cowboys Mark. That's my email right there. Or excuse me. That's my email right over here. Right there. There we go. That's my email right there. Cowboys Mark right there. Okay? So email me on that one and I'll get you taken care of.
He'll get with you. All right.
I don't think it'll change a whole lot except for, I would say, okay, Stuart, I've already done 2 videos on that. Okay, all right, sorry about that. But people are always sending me stuff, and I thought it was some breaking news and things. Marshall, you can get the marshmallows, the graham crackers, and all that stuff for your s'mores. Okay, I'm busy right now, but get your stuff so we can do your s'mores. So I've got my nephew sitting there on the steps, and he's just kind of looking like, okay, I want my s'mores. I want my s'mores. Jerry Jr., I don't watch that much college football. If I did, I'd probably be divorced because the amount of time that I spend on the Dallas Cowboys, my wife is like, yo, we are married, and I do spend a lot of time literally on the Cowboys. Because I'm old, and you guys may laugh at this, but when you get old, you wake up a lot in the middle of the night and have to go to the bathroom, okay? And so I'm in there, I'm checking, I'm reading, I'm doing research and stuff like that. I don't sleep a lot at night because my body is messed up and I have to get up and walk around or else I can't get out of bed. And so I'm constantly looking for material and looking for news on the Cowboys and going through everything. Invite Lord Brunson on your stream on Sunday. What I was thinking about doing, here's what I was actually thinking about doing was, because you can do a lot of different things with the cameras and stuff, is put like down like in the corner over here, put a camera with the feed in from Philly 500. So we can kind of see in real time how the two of us are reacting. I think that would be kind of cool. Huh?
I would put him on the channel because that means that he won.
No, during the game.
I'm talking about Lord Bronson.
That
means that he won.
Okay. I was talking about Philly. So we may do something interesting like that so that way we can see and troll him as well. When do I sleep? I sleep about 4 or 5 hours a night or so. Like my wife will say, oh, let's go to bed early. So I'll go to bed at like 9 o'clock and I'm awake at 2. I just can't sleep a whole lot. Cooper's questionable, which is actually pretty good when you consider they said Monday he was going to be out. So is Tyron Smith. So is Lyle Collins. All of them. We'll be streaming. We'll be streaming during the game. We won't stream the game. I can't actually show the game, but we'll be here doing a reaction show. Well, Starstruck, what it may be is that they're using this for a little deception. Make the Eagles worry about having to cover him, and it may end up being that he just doesn't play, but you get them thinking that he will. But anyway, I'm going to have to go ahead and get ready to get out of here, guys, so I can go ahead and take care of my niece and nephew. and get ready to head down the road tomorrow. But we will be, believe me, we will be talking plenty, and I mean plenty, about what's going on with the Cowboys this weekend and any more news that's happening. Oops, jumped on the wrong channel there. Any news that's happening, and we're going to have a good time. What's happening? What's up, my Cowboys family? How are you doing tonight? Cowboys up north, Lucia, Philip, Cowboys first and 10, Sheila, and everybody who did super chats and everything else, everybody who commented, everybody who hit the like button, everybody who subscribed to this channel. And if you can, please, please, please subscribe to my other channel just in case stuff happens. And what I'll do is, because I know you guys, now I got some of y'all hungry for s'mores, I'll do a little video while we're making s'mores out there, so y'all will really hate me. All right, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the heck up out of here. I'm Mark Holmes, and thank you for being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.